All right, we are back now. There we go. Thank you for that. I don't know what happened. It wasn't working for a second, but I replugged in the microphone and we are all good. I was just saying, guys, welcome to another night of researching NBA player props and parlays. As always, make sure to drop your player props and parlays down below in the live chat. And let's see who came with heat, who came with some good stuff for us tonight. Always curious to see who did their research before getting kicked off. Also wanted to say what's up to the chat. Dirty Jersey, Ashley, Kevin, Patrick, Just Exotics, welcome guys. Thank you all for tuning in. And I'm going to kick off with some stuff that I found when I was researching using the Hall of Fame bets tools earlier today. So let's jump into it now. I'm going to go over to our Trustees Trends tool. And guys, there are some really good options for tonight, I thought. We have to keep in mind, right, the NBA season starting to wind down. So there are certain things with teams like teams may be thinking about tanking, other teams thinking about resting players. So that's something we have to keep in mind. I did a little different strategy today. I decided to go like 90% plus, go to the last 10, and then look for players with good consistency. And one that immediately jumped out when I was looking was Derek White over 12.5 points. And if we take a look here with this Derek White one, a couple things, this is where I'm talking about, a couple things that made me a little nervous off the jump, right, was obviously the Celtics have secured, I think, a pretty good spot in the East now, if not the top spot. So they could be a little more prone to rest. And then Charlotte, towards the bottom of the East, they could be a little more prone to also pull out their best players because they want to tank, right? But still, I think there's still enough games left where I'm feeling pretty good on this one. So this is hitting 69% of games this season, minus 225. Hitting each of the last 10 games or 8 games. Here it is. And then also, let's see, against Charlotte earlier this season. Did not face Charlotte earlier this season. But we can see, if we want to go back to maybe last season too, we can take a look there. And we see that this is hit in, let's see, 3 of 4 games against Charlotte. Looks pretty good and pretty comfortably in most of those. We can do our typical check the defensive rank and see, okay, against below average defensive teams, 69% of games. We like that. And overall, Charlotte against point guards, 15th, so right in the middle of the pack. Overall, 21st in points allowed. So, yeah, I mean, and there's no Jaylen Brown today, says Just Exotics. Yeah, that's another, or he's day-to-day. Is it official that he's out? This may have not been updated from, like, the most recent news, but if Jaylen Brown's today is out also, I mean, that's even better news for someone like Derek White. He is officially out, guys, so I definitely recommend. The lines may have changed on this now. I just did Derek White without Derek White. That's not going to give us any good data. Let's see Derek White here without Jaylen Brown. The lines may have shifted. This morning, this was being offered pretty good, I think, around the minus 165 range. Yeah, he's hitting all these games with Jaylen Brown out. So, guys, I would say definitely go check this one out if you're interested on your sports book and see if those lines have shifted. This morning, it was being offered at minus 160, and it looks like it was like that throughout the day. So definitely take a look, guys. For anyone interested, that is Derek White over 12.5 points. And Dirty Jersey, who I believe is Mike, says the best time for odds is on the toilet at 3 a.m. It's definitely true, though, guys, that the most favorable odds are up early in the day, and the lines shift as things happen. Though you are at more injury risk, right? If players drop out or if players end up playing, those are things you don't know. So that's why it's a bit of a wash there in terms of research early, research late. There's good points for both. So yeah, continuing to scroll here. This was a popular one. Anyone in Discord, all my Discord folks know about this one. And guys, that's an excellent benefit of the Hall of Fame Bets community. Link in description to get 25% off your first month. We have Terrence Mann over 0.5 threes. Let's take a look and see this one, and then we'll take a look at a couple of your guys's too. Just want to jump between them. Want to see if I can find some heat, supply with some heat, and then also see what you guys have cooked up too. And I promised TK we would look at his one first. But yes, we have Terrence Mann, and we're going to go threes. And we're going to go 1 plus threes, offered at minus 190. He's been on fire as of late, hitting each of the last 10. Looks like Sacramento's three-point defense, especially against shooting guards, is really quite weak, so that's great to note. In away games, hitting 69% of away games, so no major drop-off there on the road, if not a slight increase. Against Sacramento, hitting all 3 games against Sacramento. I kind of like what we're cooking here, right? We have Man again for 1+3s, hitting all three against Sacramento, hitting each of the last 10, performs a slightly better in away games. Sacramento, pretty weak 3-point defense. Guys, this looks like another really strong one here. The last thing would just be to see, like, how does he perform against, different, Sacramento allowed quite a few threes there. So this one to me, we're looking pretty good here. And also his 3-point attempts, right? He's taking around 3 threes per game, and that's over the course of the season. So as long as he hits, one of those 3 threes, which is probably roughly his average, then we're looking like we're in a pretty good spot. So anyways, that is 2 props, guys. We have Derek White over 12.5 points, and then we have Terrence Mann 1+3. Some great props that I noticed when researching for earlier today. The light's just shining in my room right now. Sorry about that, but let's take a look here at McCollum over 23.5, and this was shared by TK. TK, I appreciate you sharing this one. Excuse me. So I'm going to pull up this one right here. So we have CJ McCollum. And guys, the notable thing here, everyone may be like, oh, that seems like a high line. That seems like a high line here for, CJ. Like, that's a little concerning. Big thing is Brandon Ingram is out. So, and we can always see that again on that roster page, guys. On the Hall of Fame Bets stat page, we can go to the roster tab. So we're going to go 23.5 points. And the big insight here, more than anything, is going to be without Brandon Ingram and seeing how he's performed. They're playing Phoenix, kind of a middling defense from what I remember with Phoenix. He's hitting 60% of games against Phoenix. I'd be curious to hear from, apparently we don't have the odds pulled up right now, but what is the odd being offered for McCollum 23.5? 60%, would have to be a pretty strong positive for me to take a look at this one. They're playing Phoenix. Have they played? He did go over in the head-to-head game against Phoenix a few days ago, 2 days ago, in fact. I think I would personally, I would prefer 22.5, or even if it's offered at 22, 21.5, because, then we're seeing 80% of those games. So that 22.5 kind of or 23.5 kind of looks like a threshold maybe for him. We're talking a lot of games where they're really close, right? OKC 23, Detroit 23, Boston 24. If we just bump down 1 or 2 to 22, like 21.5, I'd be curious to see what the odds we're getting for on that one are. So if anyone has that, let me know down below in the live chat. And guys, all these tools from Hall of Fame Bets, link in the description to get 25% off your first month. The subs will even tell you in the chat how good the service is. So yeah, guys, I think CJ McCollum 23.5. It depends on the odds being offered. At 21.5 or 22.5, I would probably prefer, just because there's a little buffer there. But yeah, I think CJ props in general are looking really good. And one that we liked in the Discord over the weekend, and then I'll pull up I'm going back to McCollum. CJ 23.5 is -110, so some good value there. But I think I would almost prefer an alternate line, like slightly lower, like this 22 at -150. I think I would prefer that maybe. I personally like to play it a little on the safer side, so that's potentially just me. But right at 22, he's gone over an 80%, and this game he only played 15 minutes. And then this game he played 33, but that was just the outlier here, and he was pretty close in that one. So at 22, feeling a little more comfy. 22.5 -188. So yeah, there is a significant drop-off there that we have to be aware of. So maybe you are getting better value at that 23.5 than TK. But thanks for sharing this one. It's a great prop, and I like looking at that without data, and that's where we're going to go within CJ. 4+ assists. This is interesting, guys, because people in the Discord know we were putting together a little ladder challenge over the weekend within Discord. Another benefit of Hall of Fame Bets, by the way. But we put together a little ladder challenge, and this was being offered at some pretty decent odds, and now down to -370, right? So we could even look at CJ for 5+ assists here. This could be a good one at -170, hitting 90% of games when Ingram's out, right? Like, obviously these are a lot of games where Ingram's been out, but out of the last 10, right? 7 of the last 10. Quite a few assists allowed to point guards by Phoenix. Let's take a look and see the recent stat lines here, guys. This is a really cool feature that I actually haven't talked about on the live stream very much, which is recent stat lines. And we can see how other point guards, their assist tally, right? Their assist tally against someone like Phoenix, per se. So we can see, we don't actually have their minutes here, which I would have loved to see, but we can see like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 of the last 10 have cleared this 5 assist line. So you know what? McCollum for 5+ assists looks pretty good as well, I would say. The other thing I'd want to check just is head-to-head against Phoenix. And got, looks like he cleared this head-to-head quite recently as well. So, yeah, I think we have some... Wait up, let me go. Let's see. Against Phoenix. No, he went he went under the head-to-head. I had another filter selected there. So, yeah. He had 4 assists though last time against Phoenix, and that was likely with Ingram. So, guys, another really good one here. I'm going to go back on trends and continue to drop some more props, guys. We'll continue to look at them, so feel free to recirculate any ones that you may have sent. Appreciate so many people tuning in today. We got some, like I said, a really great slate here. Drop a like on the video if you're enjoying, and like I said, link in the description to check out Hall of Fame Bets research tools. This is kind of all the tools we're using today are from Hall of Fame Bets. Really great service, and you can get 25% off using the promo code in the description. So, okay, we're going to take a look at the trends tool again, see what else we can find. We found already Derek White, 12.5 points, though that may have been bumped with Jaylen Brown being out. Terrence Mann over 0.5 threes. Let's see what else we can work with. And this is another way I really love to use the trends tool. I saw some interesting ones for Kobe White earlier today. I also saw a really interesting one for, who was it? It was, why am I blanking on his name? I'll remember it in a second. But yeah, there looks like some good stuff. Derek White, these are overs for Derek White. What do we think about Anthony Edwards over 4.5 assists? Looks like the head-to-head data is not great. 65% of of games. Let's see what else we're cooking with here. I'm going to take a look and see. What about Van Vliet over assist? This could be an interesting one. I want to look at this Van Vliet one with Sengun out. This could be a really cool one to look at for us. So this is Fred Van Vliet, and we had, what was the line we were looking at here? Over 5.5 assists. Van Vliet, just on the Rockets in general, he hasn't been the same beast, has he, if we're being honest. But we're going to go assists, and we'll go, it's 6+, same thing. So that's being offered at what? That's minus 205. Okay, this could be maybe a little bit more of a parlay builder potentially. So in away games, hitting 74% of away games. I'd be curious to see without Sengun, how are we looking on this one? In games without Sengun, it's hitting all but 1, right? We have to note that, Minnesota, pretty strong defensive team in this one. But yeah, I think this could be good parlay material, and maybe we can build something off of this. I'd be curious to see if we hop back over to trends here. Let's take a look if we can build something kind of nice for tonight, a cheeky little parlay for everyone tuning in here. So I'm gonna go to game now, and I am gonna go to let's see, where is this game? The Houston game. Why am I blanking? That's Houston, Minnesota. And we can see if we can find something. So we have Van Vliet over 5.5 assists. And let's see what else. Do we want to go Ant over? No, not quite enough value there. Because it's a minus 205, we want to keep it, let's see. We could go Conley under 3.5 rebounds, though I'm not sure exactly what. Let's adjust our hit rate slider here. If anyone else has a prop that they think would pair nicely from this game, looking for a same game here, drop it down below in the live chat. Would be curious to see what you guys think. Jalen Green, all of his lines have been really bumped crazy because he's been going off. What about Green, though, over 24.5? I mean, I don't mind it, to be honest. Let's take a look and see here. And the big one here would be without Sengun, right? How has this parlay performed? Let's see. Green. Let's see with Green here. Wow, at 30+ points, that's insane. But we're going to go to 25 here. We could even go play it a little safe if we want to go 24. We can maybe even look at alt at 23, right? Like, at 23, we could see games without Sengun. Of course, Minnesota, though, a stronger defensive team, so he's hitting pretty good in most of these games. He has struggled against Dallas recently, but probably looking for a bounce-back game. Let's see. Does he have any head-to-head against Minnesota at all? Let's see. Against Minnesota. Earlier this season, maybe. Had 20 earlier, then 8 the follow-up game. These were before Sengun was injured. I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I love this one. But he has been on fire as of recently, Green. We got to give him lots of credit. Another nice one to potentially pair. Not looking like there's a ton of really strong stuff in this one. And again, a lot of it's, dependent on that Sengun prop. So, yeah, we'll leave it here for now. Let's go back to some more of your guys' stuff. I don't want to waste too much time kind of pulling through. Obviously, we're able to find stuff pretty quickly using these tools. Dylan Brooks on an alt line could be interesting, actually. I'd be curious to see what we can work with here. And yeah, you guys have some really cool props. I see Jay dropping Zion under 13.5 rebounds plus assists. Tatum going to go crazy tonight in mass in the house. That's a great point. CJ PRA. Okay. We're going to work with some of this stuff. I'm just going to take one look at this Dylan Brooks, though. And again, Minnesota, tough defensive team. Brooks hasn't really been performing well scoring the ball recently, so yeah, maybe this is not the right game for us to be looking at, but I really like that first prop. Let's jump into some more of your guys' stuff here. I still like the Van Vliet 2.5, and maybe we can put that together with another type of parlay here. So we're gonna go with Paolo, who has Jabari Smith over 1.5 3-pointers, and this could actually, let's take a look here at this one. So this is Smith. Thank you, Paolo, for sharing. Take Tatum's assist over. Yeah, we'll take a look. We'll take a look at Tatum's assist in just a moment. Appreciate you sharing that one as well, Mike. And yeah, let's take a look here and see. So we're gonna go Tatum's assist, and then Jabari's threes. So we're gonna go to 1.5, and we're gonna look at over. Okay, so this is hit in. It looks like 6 of the last 9. So, not crazy performances recently, but it looks like he's been pretty hot. Had 5 last game, 3 the game before. Looks like he averages around 4.8 threes per game. So he's shooting 2 for 5. I mean, he's shooting at a really nice clip there. Let's see over the course of the season, 1.8. Okay, but still roughly pretty good. Let's see without Sengun. I know the last 10 will kind of encapsulate a lot of that, but let's see without Sengun what we're talking about. Not a huge jump without Sengun here. Against Minnesota, maybe. Minnesota average a lot of 3 points allowed to centers, and that makes sense since Gobert, right, is their primary center here, and especially without Towns, too. His hitting 1 of 2 against Minnesota. Let's see against 3-point defense. Minnesota, a great 3-point defense team. Maybe not at the center position, though, but we can see overall. So against the top quartile, hasn't performed too well. I think this is solid, but I don't know between this and then the Van Vliet one if they would work the best. I mean, that's where we plug it into the parlay optimizer and see. So we could take a look in the PO if we want to go. Where's the parlay optimizer here? I'm gonna pull up the parlay optimizer, guys. And this is one of the coolest tools on Hall of Fame bets, guys. Is the parlay optimizer. Shows you the probability of a parlay hitting using historical data. So we're gonna go to the Houston game. Am I blanking? Huh. That is awfully strange. I do not see the Houston game going up here. I'm going to refresh here. Could be a data issue on the back end from us. I'll take a look into this after the stream. But yeah, I'm only seeing a few games. Am I actually blanking? I see Pelicans, Suns, Bulls, Hawks. I do not see the Houston game. That is awfully bizarre. We'll take a look into that later. But let's jump back into some of your guys' into some of your guys' props here for tonight, and then we'll do a couple parlays. So, oh, Houston is tomorrow. Thank you for that. I was like, man, is something going on with the website? Like, what is going on? Okay, so the Houston game's tomorrow. Then I'm not too concerned about that one. We want to look at stuff primarily for tonight. So I'm gonna move beyond that parlay. Apologies about that. I didn't realize odds data have been up for that game yet, so my apologies there. Let's take a look at more of your guys' props then. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Just Exotics. Thank you, Ashley. Tatum points and just Tatum in general is being asked a lot. So I'm going to pull up Jason Tatum, and you guys let me know what we want to look at for Tatum, okay, down below in the chat. And this is a really favorable one, so a lot of people are calling for it, so let's take a look. And what are we thinking with Tatum, guys? What's the points line we want to look at? What is the assist line we want to look at? We're going to start with 25. I don't know if Tatum is still being offered at minus 190 for 25, but if he is, guys, that would be a steal right now considering Jaylen Brown is out. So this is hit in 72% of away games. Let me look here at, I'm going to pull up FanDuel and just check our lines. I saw someone put 25 points for assists, so we can take a look at what that would look like maybe in the Parlay Optimizer. 72% of games. The big one is going to be, we'll check without Charlotte. Killed Charlotte earlier this season. Absolutely destroyed them. Against, that's opponent rank. Let's see defensive rank. Below average defenses. 71% of games. Let's see opponents perhaps too. Against opponents ranked in the bottom quartile. I'm just pulling up FanDuel just to see what his lines are looking at. And if there's better books, maybe like an MGM or something, that could be interesting too. So we're going to go same game parlay. Tatum, I'll still offer it at minus 210, guys. So this is one I would definitely recommend looking to build with tonight. This is a great prop, and we can build something really cool off this. So we're going to go Tatum, 25 plus points against teams in the bottom quartile, 67% of games. But the key thing here, guys, Jaylen Brown is out. I would jump on this before line shift much more. Hit in 75% of games when Brown is out. So if we go Tatum, 25 plus points, and then let's see what he looks like at 4 plus assists. So that's minus 370. But we want to jump up to maybe 5 assists. Seeing games without Brown, what this is looking like. And looks like he's been kind of on an assist tear as of recent anyways. Yeah, 5 plus assists. I like that for Tatum. I don't know if we'll get this on FanDuel, but maybe on DraftKings we would get this one. So, and let's plug it into the Parlay Optimizer. If someone in chat, if any of you guys are on sportsbooks right now, just while I plug this in and could plug in, maybe a Tatum, Tatum 25 plus points and 5 plus assists, and then we'll plug this in the PO and see what we're working with here. So yeah, we have Jason Tatum. And guys, we've already found so much heat tonight, and shout out to you guys. You guys are definitely, I think we found a couple things right off rip and trends that look great. And then you guys have been steering me to some really good stuff here too. So I know you guys are coming correct with the research right now. And we're going to go, assists for 5 plus assists here. And we are going to see, okay, so this is hitting 42% of games this season, plus 140. But guys, what we have to consider, right, the big insight here, no Jaylen Brown tonight. No Jaylen Brown. And in games without Jaylen Brown, this is hitting 63%, minus 165. A very good edge there. So I'm going to see if I can plug this into DraftKings really quick and see. But yeah, Jason Tatum, 25 plus points, 5 plus assists. This, if you're looking for a Celtics parlay for tonight, this could be some really good value for you. So I'm going to plug this one in and just see what the odds we're getting. Oh, I almost picked Hornets money line, which is plus 1,200, which, I mean, kind of makes a lot of sense, right? The Hornets are awful, and they've been awful. So we're going to go, Tatum 25 plus. And we are going to go, and this is on DraftKings is minus 220. And then we're going to go to his assist line here. And we're going to see that this is hit for Tatum. Mr. Tatum, where's your alternate assists? Wow. So they have over 5.5 and over 3.5. I'm not seeing maybe his line set over 4.5. So yes, this is being offered on the sportsbook for plus 112. And we are seeing with games without Brown, this is hitting 63%, minus 165. So a strong positive edge there. And I think it hit in the head-to-head against Charlotte earlier this season too, guys, which is great. So I'd be curious to see away games still similar. So again, for me, this parlay, and this is, hey, major props to you guys. You know what? I might try and let's see if we can do a little clapping emoji in chat for you guys, because you guys directed me to this, and this is some fire on it. So great, really well done here. And guys, if anyone's curious what it is, I'm gonna type it in right now. We have Tatum, 25 plus points, and then Tatum. Ooh. That's off my phone account, actually. That's funny. Not the Hall of Fame bets one. I just use my phone to see what you guys are saying in chat while I'm streaming, you know. Could we see him being benched with Hornets doing so bad? Risk for a blowout. Paolo, that is one concern. I do think there is enough games left in the season, but where they're not quite at that point, but I think it is. Mike says not possible. I think there's slight possibility, but I think still there's enough season left where that's a little more rare, but you never know. There is always the possibility. Mike disagrees with that one. Mike, I'd be curious to hear your reasoning behind that as well. Maybe you have an insight that I'm missing here. I see New World Gaming asked for Tatum 2.5 threes. Let's take a look at that prop too while we're on the topic of Tatum. They play for incentives. That is a great point, right? Someone like Tatum very much views himself, while I don't think he personally is, as in the MVP race. So he's going to want to put up big numbers for that MVP, and first team all NBA is a big deal too. So Mike, great point there. Totally forgot about that. Mike's thinking about the most important thing for these guys, which is their money. And these guys, they get incentives for that money. So Mike, great point there. Tatum 2.5 threes. He's only hit in 50% of games when Brown is out. And it's not like he's been on a super hot tear recently. So I would probably lean towards fading this one a little bit more. There's probably a good percentage of games where he scored 25 plus points. You know, he's made 3 plus threes. He did have 7 last time against Charlotte, and they are a weaker 3-point defense. So, maybe we feel differently, like, because Charlotte are so weak. But I think overall, recent performances, and with Brown out, there's not a strong one there. So, let's take a look here and see what else we have. I'd like to jump over to some parlays now. I think it is time for parlays, guys. So if you guys got a parlay for me, let me know down below in the live chat. And we will take a look at some of the parlays, and I may cook something up real quick here too. I'm going to bump this up to 90 again and see if we can't find some good parlay material. So let's take a look and see. What do we think about Capella over 9.5 points? That could be a good parlay builder. We had some success or Capella hit his line earlier this weekend. Of course, Jaylen Brown. This was in our Discord community parlay. That one was definitely a very tough one. With Jaylen Brown deciding to score 17 points instead of 18. But that's sometimes how it goes. So yeah, let me see. I had something on my phone earlier. What was this one I was looking at that I really liked for today? I'm just going to pull this up. Kobe White over 3.5 rebounds. Trey Murphy under 16.5 points. This was one I really liked. Let me share with you guys on this one. And I actually wanted to build a parlay off of this on the stream. So let's see. Trey Murphy. So this is under 16.5 points. And then Sierra, Derek White, 12 plus points, Capella, 10 plus points, Duran, 10 plus points. Yes, Sierra, we can take a look at that. I'm just going to take a look quickly at this one here from Murphy, and then, yes, we'll take a look over there. So appreciate you sharing that. And, guys, if you guys are enjoying the stream so far, make sure to drop a like. And then also in the description, if you're curious in getting access to this type of research and data for your own betting research, check out the link in the description. Link to Hall of Fame bets. You can use the promo code to get 25% off your first month. So Yeah, so I'm going to pull up Murphy here. And guys, this is Trey Murphy under 16.5 points, right? I know what you guys are thinking right off the bat. Wait up. Ingram is playing. Well, of course we're going to check for that. We are going to come correct and check for that. Odds have actually no, they haven't. That's a different line we're looking at here. 16.5, and this is really good parlay building material. So let's take a look here and see. Okay, so in games without Brandon Ingram, this is still hitting all those games. So feeling comfy. If we want to bump it up even, we could even go 17.5. We could go 18.5. Like, with Murphy right now, this is all looking really good for the under, in my opinion. If we want to play it safe, if we want to go 16.5, we can do it. So this is hit in 100% of games when Ingram is out. This hit earlier this season against Phoenix, right? Where he scored 5 points. And then also look at opposing small forwards in games where Phoenix, right? Like, a lot have gone under this line. So yeah, I think this one, for me, this is looking quite good here. I like this one. And let's see if we can build something off. You know what we could combine? We could combine his points with the McCollum. What were we looking at earlier with McCollum? Was it his assists at 5? Yeah, I think it was. So let's take a look here and see. So we're going to go to the Parlay Optimizer, guys. And we are going to go... We can go McCollum. We can go assists for 4+. And then we are going to add a leg. And we are going to go Murphy. And we're going to go 16.5. And we want to go under that. And we're going to put this in the PO. And I'm going to plug this into FanDuel real quick and see what they're giving us for this. So I got to switch games. What is the PO saying on this one? So this is hitting already just 45% of games this season. But what this doesn't take into account, guys, well, it hit in the head-to-head, which is great to see, right? And then it doesn't take into account the games without Brandon Ingram. So in games without Brandon Ingram, this is hitting 86%. Minus 600, guys. That's some really good stuff here. And I think we're going to get some pretty favorable odds on this one, too. And like I said, if you want to play Murphy's line a little safer, you're able to bump it up as well, too. So let me go to, where's this game at? The Pelicans. And I'm going to plug in, let's see the points here. Points line for Murphy on FanDuel. Player points. Under 16.5 for Murphy. And then we just go add the assists. And again, like I said, you can play it safer. That is a possibility for this one. So, you know, if you feel like 16.5 is still a little close, although he's gone under in all 7 games without Brandon Ingram, you know, I think we're working with some good stuff here. You had the McCollum 4+ assists. That's hitting, you know, that's a plus 132 right there. So that looks really good. If we want to, you know, maybe get a little more aggressive with McCollum's, if we want to get a little bit more aggressive with McCollum's assist line, we could go over 4.5. I don't know if that's going to be offered here on, let's see, McCollum alt assist. So yeah, we could go 4.5. That's a plus 180, plus 187. So let's take a look and see. We can adjust here and we can see McCollum for 5+ assists and see what that's looking for. It looks like, must have, let me refresh here. So yeah, but I think, you know, I really like this parlay, and I think Murphy under 16.5 points, McCollum for 4+ assists looks really good. I just want to give you guys another option though if you're interested, right? If we want to get a little bit more spicy here, get a little bit more aggressive with it, we're able to. So we're gonna go assists, and we're gonna go 5+ for McCollum. And this is, we can feel comfortable in the 5+, right? It's a major drop off from his normal scoring, right? If someone like Ingram were playing tonight, I would be very nervous about McCollum 5+ assists. But if we look in games without Ingram, he's still hit in 9 and 10 of those games. So if you want to add a little more spice to it, you could go, like I said, Murphy 16.5 points, McCollum 4.5 assists. That's being offered at plus 187 there. So a couple different options if you want to take it safer with Murphy, you can bump up his points line too. So yeah, guys, that is a little run through of a nice parlay I like for tonight. Murphy under 16.5 points, McCollum 4+ assists. But would love to see what parlays you guys have for us. Ryan's People says, do you think Ingram being out means Zion will go over assists? I saw a notification earlier that it's the value play for tonight. So Ryan, this is where the Hall of Fame Bets tools are really great for looking into this stuff. So if we pull up Zion Williamson's page, I'm going to just do this quickly and then we will hop into, I believe, who was it from? Sierra's parlay for tonight. But just quickly to show Ryan, guys, since I assume he's new to the stream, Ryan, welcome. Appreciate you joining us. We could go to Zion's assists, and we could see, okay, Zion for, let's see, 5+ assists. That's being offered at minus 310. Let's see in games without Ingram, right? We can see in games without Ingram, it's being offered at minus 310, but he's only cleared 5+ assists in 56% of games when Ingram's out. That's minus 125. So a significant negative edge there. So I would feel a little nervous about Williamson for 5+ assists, and that's minus 310. Like, imagine going up to 6+ assists, right? Again, now we're looking at minus 6+ assists probably has better value because that's still at 56%, minus 125. But for me, that's not a significant enough edge. The only thing would be did he go over against Phoenix? No, previously. So. And recently, it's not like he's been assisting the ball like crazy recently. So I would be a little bit concerned about Zion Williamson for 6+ assists. That's just my opinion, though. It's possible, but hopefully that was helpful. Paolo says, by the way, on a side note, will you ever bring the app on Android? Yes, Paolo. It's definitely something in the works. It's already, part way complete. So our team's working hard at it. There's just been obviously a lot of things. College basketball, MLB season, NHL playoffs are coming. So those are all things that we're also working on. But it definitely is in the works and something I believe within the next few months should be complete 100%. And I'm very much looking forward for that for our Android users too. I think it's going to, elevate the experience as well too. But great question there. Jeffrey Barr, this is Buzzy from the Discord. What's up, bro? He said, not sure this was discussed, but this would be Buzzy from the Discord. Yep, remember that off the bat. My play for the stream would be Royce O'Neal over 6.5 rebounds and assists. Jeffrey, we will jump into that shortly. I am just going to look at this one from Sierra first and a few others. But yeah, we'll take a look at that in just a moment. So I appreciate you sharing that as well too. So we're going to go over here to the Parlay Optimizer. And this is being shared from Sierra Davis. So Sierra, thank you for this one. And guys, we've already had a lot of really good props and parlays for tonight on the stream. So appreciate you guys again. I think the tools have helped a ton. You guys have had some great insights. So we have Derek White for 12+ points. And Sierra, if you could please in this chat let me know what are the odds you're getting from this for your sports book, because that's going to be an essential part of how we evaluate the parlay, if that makes sense. So we're going to go Capella 10+ points. And then we are going to go to Duran 10+ points also. See here, facing the Grizzlies, so they're a weaker team this season. So, excuse me. Let's see. Sierra, any word on those odds from the sportsbook? Would love to see what that's looking like. But yeah, this parlay is hitting 42% of games this season, plus 135. I think there could be some good value here just looking at it off the bat. Again, I don't have the odds for this, so I'm not 100% sure. It performed really well recently, hitting 6 of the last 7. So I think off the bat, this looks quite well researched. White, we don't have the head-to-head data for White. Okay. So it's minus 330 for White, Duran's minus 425, and Capella minus 235. Sierra, do you have the combined for it, the combined odds? But I really like this play. I think it's really well done. Jeffrey says I shared this in the cord. White 10+ points. Kobe White 15 plus points in Durant. Okay. White is falling. Yeah, because it was just announced, in fact, that Jaylen Brown is out. So, like, I had White earlier today, I think at 12.5 points, and that's also fallen too. So, but yeah, I really like this play. The head-to-head data looks great, even if we want to go back to last season too. Head-to-head data is great. Straight up, it looks really good too in terms of a plus 130. Yeah, so it's roughly on par with what the sports books are saying. Excuse me, the Parlay Optimizer is saying it's on par with what the sports books have. But we look at recent performances, the head-to-head data. I'd be curious to see how home and away looks. About the same. So, yeah, I think overall it's similar value to the sports book. And then good head-to-head data, good recent data. So I'm liking it a lot, Sierra. Well-researched, great stuff there. And guys, that's the power of the Parlay Optimizer. You can see if you're getting good value or not for some of these plays. So, all right, let's take a look here and see. Let's take a look. I saw this one from Jay. DeRozan 25 plus points plus assists. Yes, we can plug that in. This is a great one. Then we'll do Jeffrey. We'll do some of your stuff, and then if someone has a larger parlay for us tonight that they want to do, drop it as well, and then we'll end on that one. So Sierra says use the trends tabs to put this together. Sierra, great to hear that. And yeah, the trends tool is a really great tool. Once you especially start adding those filters, it can find some great props. So really well done there, and appreciate you sharing that as well too, guys. And guys, see, this is how Hall of Fame Bet subscribers are putting together plays using these features. It shows you can put together really good bets, smart bets using these tools. So if you're interested, link in the description to get 25% off your first month. Okay. So let's see this one here. DeRozan 25 points plus assists, and this is from Not Jay. So we're going to go to the Bulls game, and we're going to go DeRozan 25 plus points, and then we're going to add plus DeRozan assists 4 plus. We're going to hit our calculate button, and then we are going to go. So this is hitting 30% of games this season. But guys, the big thing here, right, is with LaVine out. We've got to see in games with LaVine out. So this is hit in 41% of games when LaVine is out. Curious to see, Jay, what are the odds we're working with on this one? What are the odds we have for this one? Would love to hear what you're seeing for this one, because that's going to be, again, a key indicator of how we evaluate this play. Let's see if there's. I want to check also with the Bulls real quick. Any notable injuries here with the Bulls? I'd be curious to see if there's anything that we should note. So just letting this load. I'm seeing what else we have here. Yeah, we'll wrap up with Jeffrey's Royce O'Neal one. I'm really curious to see that one there. So minus 105. Okay, so that's great to note as well. So if we go back here, let that load for a second. Sorry guys, stuff's loading a little slower just because I got the stream running and everything. Minus 104 on FanDuel. I may refresh this one here. We have DeRozan. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we have DeRozan. So in games without LaVine, this is hit in plus 145. Let's see home games. Not a big bump there. Hitting both head-to-head, though, which I really like. So maybe we're sacrificing a little bit of a negative edge just with considering regular circumstance. But then we also have to consider, right, he's hitting both head-to-head games against Atlanta, which I really like. Similar ranked defensive teams against defensive ranked in the bottom quartile. Not a huge jump there again. So, and let's see last 10. Hit in 40% of the last 10. So, Jay, really liking the head-to-head date. Oh, I got plus 210 on Bet365. That is a huge jump there. That's a huge difference, right? At plus 210, I'm really loving this play, like phenomenal. At minus 104, I feel a little bit more mixed. I think the head-to-head data is great. I think without LaVine is solid, but we still have a negative edge on a lot of those. So if you could get that plus 210 on Bet365 or maybe on a different place than FanDuel right now, maybe you could get some better value for this. I think if you can get it in the plus 150 range, if not better, like Ashley's getting, then we could really be in a positive place on this one. But I do love the head-to-head data, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does it well again tonight. So that's just if we're like pulling, right? If we really lock in on the head-to-head, I think that looks great, but we have to also pull ourselves back from some of that too. But Jay, well-researched as well, my friend. All right. Final one. This one's from Jeffrey. So we're going to go Royce O'Neal. We are going to go... Oh, here. Okay. Here's the DeRozan tab, by the way. Any other notable players out for the Bulls? So, let's see. So, of course, Levine is out and Williams is out. So, without Levine... I think Patrick Williams has been out for a while, but then we could see Phillips because another small forward. Also, Caruso's day-to-day. Ayo's day-to-day, though I believe he's playing. So, like, there is quite a few significant injuries here for the Bulls. So, all right, last one. We're going to go to Jeffrey. I need to wrap this up because I know those games are going to be starting soon, and I want to thank you guys all for tuning in thus far. Again, I think we found some really great stuff for tonight. So we're going to go from Jeffrey here. We're going to go Royce O'Neal, 6.5 rebounds plus assists. Over 6.5. Yep, plus 110 on Caesars. Also on ESPN Bet. Whoa, I like what we're doing here. Jeffrey. This looks really good. So no notable injuries here. This is hitting 75% of the last 20, so really strong performances as of recent, though maybe in the last 10 it's slowed down a little bit, 6 of the last 10. And then we see, in terms of their assisting, allow quite a few assists to small forwards, rebounding more in the middle of the pack for both. Let's see against the Pelicans, hit in the head-to-head comfortably against the Pelicans earlier this season. In away games, the only concern here, Jeffrey, for me, is the away games here for O'Neal. Like, significantly worse in away games. But it's still, even with that in mind, even with the away games in mind, Jeffrey, the negative edge isn't massive. So I don't know if that would be a big enough concern for me there. It's plus 135 to plus 110. We definitely see a lot more red, and it is a negative edge on away games. But I think when we consider head-to-head and other factors, I think overall, I'd be curious to see rebounding rank, right? Pelicans above average rebounding team. Hitting 62% of games against above average rebounding teams. So, Jeffrey, I think this one looks pretty good for Royce O'Neal, over 6.5 rebounds plus assists. Only concern is away games there. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to be it for tonight. Thank you all for tuning in. We had so many people here tonight. It was great to have such a great crowd, and you guys shared some really great plays. I think, we have some really good player props and also parlays for tonight. Fingers crossed for everyone's bets. I hope you guys all smash it out the park tonight, as always. And again, I appreciate everyone coming with some great research to share, and hopefully you guys got a couple really nice plays or really cool things from the stream. And then finally, guys, for anyone that is interested in using the tools that we use on the stream today, the Hall of Fame bets tools, the trends, the parlay optimizer, these are really great tools for finding smart and well-researched bets. Our subscribers that are part of Hall of Fame bets can even speak to it in the chat. But yeah, feel free to check the link in the description to sign up. You can use promo code down there. I believe it's 5 off to get 25% off your first month, guys. Really great tools. We have lots of subscribers tuning in the stream, as you can see, with their well-researched plays. So, yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Sierra. Thank you, Paulo. You guys all have a fabulous night. I appreciate the love. And we will have, for our Discord members, which is part of your Hall of Fame Bet subscription, again, link in the description, we will be having a live stream on Wednesday for them. Also, a community parlay in the Discord and a ladder challenge in the Discord, too. So, all the Discord members, I will see you on Wednesday's stream. And the rest of you, I will see you next week. Awesome. Take it easy, y'all. Peace.